Hi, welcome back to one of the few games that's probably more interesting to play than it is to watch. Game we'll play is Wolfenstein 3D. Last time I found a secret exit. Every episode has a secret level in it. And every secret level is kind of gimmicky, as you may expect. As I would expect you to know. This program has been voluntarily rated for personal computers, 13 of them to be precise. Thank you, Ideas from the Deep. Yeah, there's a lot of save files for those of you who are save happy and save scummy. So those are for you. You enjoy those. It's a computer game after all. You have the right to save. And you have the right to stay silent. I don't. I have the right to speak my mind. I normally didn't care about treasure ratio, but this is level 1. I want to show you what happens when you get everything. Just a lot of points. And it's a certain number of points that gives you a life, by the way. So we got the point counter life and then the regular life. This is the blue shirt. Let's call him the blue shirt. He has more of a submachine gun-like thing like this is. And he's takes more hits to kill. I'd recommend making him your first target if there's other brown shirts around first. Unless you're trying to, like... I guess it depends, because you're glass candy, so maybe just take out what you can first. That's the weakest, and then go for the blue guy. But just be mindful of him. So, like, shoot everywhere else, and then just dodge him until you're ready. But everything is hit scan. So, I mean, just, like, duck and cover behind the walls. Also, when doors open... they're automatic. The moment a door is not in its closed state, it is recognized immediately as open for people shooting through the door. This means you could. This means you can wall shoot the door, essentially. So can the bad guys, if they know to do that. I don't think their AI vision will do that, but the guys behind them, while they're moving to you through the door, will do that. Those health packs are pretty good. They're 25 health each. Oh, here's a couple. Yeah, whenever I see two sides like that, it's like, and I know there's guys there, I just go forward and come back. Wait for them to come to me. That's always a good strategy. Also, doors provide choke points most of the time, assuming there aren't other doors in which other dudes can run around. Like the fascist ass hats that they are. Yeah. Oh, why would that be controversial? Yeah, I don't know what this place is. I mean, this texture. It's like a purple cave thing. I don't know. A trope of early DOS games is that they're colorful, unlike later DOS games, in which they're like the opposite of colorful, and just moody and atmospheric. So you just get a fun, campy, violent game instead, which I'm into. So it gets played. World crowns are worth a shit ton of points. Again, though, I don't really need to get all the points. However, if you're trying to go for high scores, you can certainly do that. That's an admirable goal. I mean, it would give this whole replay value a check, but yeah. This game is also the easiest to level design for. I'm not joking about that. You could literally pick up a grid and draw out a map and just, shove into Wolfenstein 3 pretty easy. That doesn't make it a good map per se, but it is really easy to do with just some common sense and a drawing board. I am using I'm using Havoc's Wolf 3D editor in order to view the maps to keep track of where I'm going. I really think that's the only actual flaw. I mean, there's other flaws, like the weird strafing where I have to press a button to strafe. But no, the most important flaw of this game is that there's no map. And considering how windy and mazy it gets, it could be a real problem. But like I said, since I have this map looking pro, and really, it wouldn't actually be hard to view the maps yourself. I don't even think, I think many coders might be able to, view the map of their own some way, and it was easy to do back in the DOS days. But they just started doing that with this game. Like, people didn't know that there were level editors until this game came around, and that was 92, so, I mean, I guess it wasn't expected because video games were just getting into the mainstream around the late 80s, early 90s, And we push the Hitler statue again to find he's left some food on the floor, Streets of Rage style. the food gives you 10% health. Also, you can also eat dog food, which I think is 5% health. And a fun fact, which I don't know if I'll ever get to execute, so I'm just going to mention it now. When you are under a certain amount of health, like I guess 10 or something, if you find blood on the floor, you can slurp it up for mild healing purposes. So if you're desperate for some amount of life, consider that your first choice for health, and then pick up the other health. If you're trying to conserve, assuming you get that low. God, where am I going? This is very, very windy, very purple, very gray, very very oppressive, might I say. This is the most oppressive purple I've ever seen. And that's saying a lot, because this looks like grape juice. Oh, so the story goes is that you're BJ Blazkowicz. This guy, you know, he's Polish-American, so naturally wants to kick the Nazis' ass. And you were in prison. That's what happened in the last level. And you just, like, stab a Nazi guard in the back for his pistol and his bit of ammo, and then you're sending him away, you know? You're on a mission to fuck up Hitler and some other things. In this case, though, you're just breaking out in the entire prison, so why there be a purple part makes me think that this is the very underground section. Yeah, don't even mind the floor number. Don't even do that. And yes, the blue shirts are the ones that scream "Mein Leben" whenever you shoot them. So get used to that. We've pushed the bricks behind to get backstage the comedy club. So if you want to do some stand-up, let me know. Alright, we got got a lot of holy grails en masse. Those kinds of collectibles are meant to represent the kinds of treasures the Nazis stole from most of the world, especially the Christian world, like you know, Antioch and stuff. So really early stuff, and other mythological things. But there's not really going to be like Norse stuff. But there is the swastika, which is basically a perversion of Buddhist ideals, as you might know. I mean, I would only know some, like, straight-up facts about things that they did and what may have happened, but I can't be a historian for you. I'm just going to tell you what I think might be relevant in the context of this game, and that goes for any mods Wolfenstein 3D I may do. Because, like, there are as many Wolfenstein 3D mods as there are specials about Hitler on the History channel and other channels. It do be like that. Alright, blue cube of destruction. Yeah, that's real good. Yeah, this is the easiest episode. Actually, you might be able to do this episode without a map. The other two episodes I can imagine you attempting to be able to do without a map are 3 and 5. The other ones, well, good the fuck luck. Especially if you're trying to 100% things. You might be able to get out, though. Especially if you save scum. I mean, I could just save the whole time like I did in my earlier playthrough. That's the other reason I wanted to redo this as an LP. Is just so I could, like, segment things off at a level, taking my time and actually get the things without needing to save. But, really, I am very glass canny, and there's even critical hits in this game. You'll know your critical hit when you get red, but you can also critical hit the enemy. You're not going to be able to tell, but they'll just die faster than you might think. Which isn't easy to tell on the brown shirts, because they're cannon fodder anyway. Look at all that treasure. I love treasure. Man, what if I had, like, all golds? Would I unlock things by getting all golds? Is that what we do now? We take ideas from the community and implement them in their game, regardless of whether they make sense or not? Oh, shit! Okay, oh, hey, I thought that was from the enemies, but no, there was just a blood texture on the wall. Cool. Oh, yeah, that's the other thing. It's easy to modify the textures. Just get out MS Paint and pixelate away, baby. As for doing some more fancy things, well, I guess you just have to get creative. I've seen a bunch, though. There's still a community for this game, which is impressive, considering I would think the Doom community would last longer. But no, there's... I think it's just simply due to the simplicity, and just to pick up and play. Even though it can be really complicated to actually master, it is easy to get into. As assuming you know how to run it. And I do. I have a configuration file for DOSBox. In fact, I keep that for all my DOS games around, in case you're looking for them. Keep in mind, though, it may vary based on the computer you have, so while it's good for a backdrop guide, really, you have to understand what works and what doesn't, and also how the games work themselves, because every game is different, and in the 90s, computers were, like, evolving very quickly. They've mostly stagnated in function, but they've scaled in size until rather recently due to the world production issues. However, I feel as though that eventually they'll be made again. Maybe recycled from old tech, e-cycling, so to speak. I got a key! I think this is the first level in which I get a key. And there's actually 2 keys in this game, but you're not going to be seeing the second key for a while, which is the silver key. Even though it has a blue color thing, but no, it's a gold key and a silver key. So you'll just have to wander around the map for the key before you can go past the door. And the locked door is usually the way to the exit. I don't know if there's levels in which that doesn't happen, but for the first 3 episodes, things are pretty standard in terms of design. We're not going to get too crazy with you yet, considering those episodes are like the lost levels of the game, which I say that in terms of difficulty and kind of mean design, but also hilarious, which is why I enjoy it. I can appreciate a trolling creator from every now and then. Not that I want them to make the game that way, just, I try to get inside their head. Wow, this shit was full of blue shirts. Are we sure this is safe? Also, why is it the prison is the least guarded? You would think the prison would be should be the toughest episode, due to the fact they actually want to make sure I don't survive or execute me or something? Or maybe I was just innocuous and they didn't expect me to be this total fucking badass taking on the world, as this might have been the first game to commit to that trope, which was established more in movies in like the late 70s perhaps, or which it might have been derived from westerns, and westerns which is derived from like feudalism movies from Japan, and before that I don't fucking know, just stories and oral traditions. Yeah, that's one thing that sucks about the secret floors. I don't get to see their percentage. So, the only way I can really know if I got all the enemies is at the end, where they give you a percentage of all the enemies you killed in the entire episode. That's the only way I'm going to know if I got 100% in this. So, because of that, I do all the levels of an episode in a row, just to make sure before I talk over this, so I don't look stupid later. Alrighty, see you around.